Good morning and a warm welcome to India Today. I'm Paulami Saha. We're coming to you live right now from Shahjahanpur. This is a polling station in Shahjahanpur where voting is currently underway. Voting in the second phase of the very crucial Uttar Pradesh election started early this morning at 7 a.m. While it was a slow start this morning, it has picked up pace. There's been some brisk voting that has been happening since about 7:30 a.m. Now, Shahjahanpur has 6 assembly segments, and in the assembly segment where I'm standing right now, the finance minister of the incumbent Yogi Adityanath government, Suresh Khanna, is contesting on a BJP ticket. He, in fact, has a record in UP Assembly of winning for straight 8 terms. So he is looking for a 9th victory over here. In fact, the high voltage state of war in Uttar Pradesh continues as voting for the second phase begins. 55 seats in total, 9 districts and 586 candidates are in the poll fray in this very crucial second phase. In this phase, in fact, Uttar Pradesh's minority belt goes to vote. Phase 2 has 9 seats where Muslims constitute over 50% of the voters. Some of those Muslim majority seats in the region are Sambhal, Amroha, and Rampur. In 2017, in fact, BJP won 18 Muslim-dominated seats, whereas Samajwadi Party won 10 seats dominated by Muslims. In the 2017 elections, in fact, the BJP had dominated the seats with 38% votes, followed by Samajwadi Party and BSP with 26.3% and 20.68% respectively. In the 2012 UP Assembly elections, it was the Samajwadi Party that dominated this belt with 28.11% votes. So basically, the BJP caught up with them in a big way in 2017. And that was followed in 2012 by the BSP that managed 24.26% votes, and the BJP at that time had garnered only a meager 17.08% votes. That was 2012. The BJP did some serious catching up with the Samajwadi Party, overtaking them in 2017 and stood at 38 out of 55 seats in the second phase of these elections. So joining me right now is a battery of reporters who are, of course, spread out across this entire belt, pockets of which, in fact, fall within the Rohilkhand region as well. Good morning to all our reporters. We're joined by Abhishek Anand, who's joining me from Moradabad. Mosmi Singh is also joining me right now. We're also joined by other reporters from the region as well. Milan is joining us from Rampur, and Mosmi is from Sambhal at the moment. Abhishek, I'll come to you first. You're, of course, standing by in Moradabad. Moradabad is said to have a high composition of the Muslim vote bank. This is, of course, the Muslim belt which is going to vote in this second phase of elections. What is it looking like this morning in terms of the voting? Are the electorate stepping out to cast their ballot?
Well, Paulami, we are in the Moradabad city area right now, and the polling booths are, somewhat, Paulami, you can see there are voters from the city area, and 3 out of 5 assembly seats are currently with the BJP. I have been joined by some voters here. Ma'am, बिना पार्टी का नाम, बिना कैंडिडेट का नाम लिया, आप बता सकती हैं क्या सोच के आप आई थी वोट डालने?
मैं यहाँ पे वोट डालने की सबसे पहले तो ये मेरा अधिकार है कि मेरे को वोट डालना है, और दूसरा मैंने जो वोट डाला है, अपना वोट डाला है अपनी महिला सुरक्षा को लेकर के और एक अपने विकास को लेके।
आप बताइए।
मदर इन लॉ है,
मुझे हो गई मेरे घर, अभी और वोट डालना, चलो अभी बस मैं इसके साथ आ गई।
क्या सोच के निकली थी माता जी घर से वोट डालने के लिए?
वोट जरूर डालना है, मतलब बस यही सोच कर निकली थी।
जो लोग आज घर पे बैठे हैं आपको देख रहे हैं, उनके लिए कोई संदेश है?
उनके लिए हमारा यही संदेश है कि सबसे अपना अधिकार जो है, इस वोट के अधिकार को जरूर यूज करना,
जरूर डालना चाहिए।
So women's security is an issue here. Moradabad is currently ruled by BJP, and the contending parties have fielded Muslim candidates. Also, since Moradabad is a Muslim dominated area, so the politics revolves around the predominant community here. The SP RLD alliance is also trying to garner vote, and they have also fielded a candidate. This city area is currently with the BJP, while the Thakurdwara and other nearby areas are with the Samajwadi Party. Polymer.
Right. Mosmi, I'll come across to you. Good morning to you. You're, of course, standing by in Sambhal. Sambhal, in fact, is said to have some of those very sensitive seats as well, where, of course, the security deployment is much higher given, the sensitivity of some of those seats. 8 constituencies as such across the 55 that go to polls today have been identified, and a couple of those are in Sambhal itself. What is it looking like on the ground this morning, Mosmi?
Good morning to you, Paulami, and all our viewers from Sambhal. We were in Muzaffarnagar earlier, last time in the first phase, and we were having gud ki chai, and here a lot of chikki and gajak eating is happening in Sambhal. Well, before I come to the women power right here, right behind me, the mother and daughter duo who just cast their vote. Let me tell you, give you a ringside view of Sambhal. Sambhal is 2:2, 2 BJP, 2 Samajwadi Party in 2017, and that's when the BJP was riding a big wave. So this is the bastion, this is the fortress of the Samajwadi Party. Remember in 2003, Mulayam Singh Yadav, in fact, had fought the elections from Gunor, which is a constituency in the Sambhal district, and when he became the third time chief minister. So that's how a stronghold the Samajwadi Party holds, a sitting MLA who's MLA for 6 times and fighting the 7th time. But let's go to the mother-daughter duo who are right here, smiling, all smiles. दिखा दीजिए इंक का मार्क, और महिलाओं का दमखम दिख रहा है. विमेन पावर इन फुल स्विंग.
मैम बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आफ्टर वोटिंग. मैं चाहती हूँ यहाँ पे बिल्कुल एकदम शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से वोटिंग हो. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है वोट डालकर.
जी, मम्मी जी को लाई है साथ में. मम्मी जी, डॉटर ने डाल दिया, आपने भी डाल दिया
वोट.
क्या अपील करेंगी बाकी लोगों से बाहर निकल के आए वोट करने?
ये लग रहा है कोई जो हम वोट डाल के यही हमारा कामयाब हो. ये सरकार हमें बहुत अच्छी है.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा वोटिंग होनी चाहिए.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा वोटिंग
सबको लाने का कोशिश करेंगे. सब अच्छे से वोट डालें, बूढ़े से बूढ़ा, छोटे से छोटा, जो भी 18 इयर्स जो डॉटर्स नहीं है, कोशिश करेंगे कि आए और वोट डालें. पूरी कोशिश.
ये नहीं कि घर के कामकाज में फंस जाएं या फिर बाहर के कामकाज में फंस जाएं.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल फुल वोटिंग होनी चाहिए, जिससे कि एक ऐसी गवर्नमेंट आए जो हमारी वुमेन के लिए भी कुछ कर पाए, उनकी सेफ्टी के लिए कुछ करे. एम्पावरमेंट होनी चाहिए, वुमेन्स को सपोर्टिंग एकदम बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट मिलना चाहिए. बहुत अच्छी गवर्नमेंट आनी चाहिए. हम सिर्फ इतना चाहते हैं.
और दिस इज ऑल्सो अनदर मदर डॉटर ड्यूओ. तो माँ का क्या फीलिंग है? पूरे परिवार को लेके आई हैं?
पूरे परिवार को लेके आई हूँ और सब में बहुत उत्साह है
जी.
और हम ये चाहते हैं कि कोई भी ऐसा ना हो कि घर में रहे अपने. सब वोट डालने जरूर जाएं और बहुत अच्छी पोलिंग हो.
बहुत अच्छी पोलिंग हो. और माता जी भी है यहाँ पे, बुजुर्ग सीनियर सिटीजन्स भी, सारी महिलाएं आ रही हैं. सब पूरा 1 2 3 4 5 6 सब महिलाएं बाहर निकली हैं. इस बारी महिलाएं किसी से कम नहीं है. पार्टी का नाम मत लीजिएगा, महिलाओं को अपील कीजिएगा वोट के लिए.
देखिए, बहू, बेटे, बच्चे, पोते सब लगे हुए हैं, और आप लोगों का इतना मुझे सहयोग है कि बस मैं हर्ष उल्लास आपके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ. आप
वोट करने आए हैं?
हाँ, वोट करने आए.
कितने सालों से माता जी आप वोट कर रही हैं?
हमें तो कई साल हो गए.
याद?
हाँ, 18 साल.
मिस नहीं किया?
नहीं, कभी भी मिस नहीं किया मैंने वोट अपना.
बहुत बढ़िया. Follow me, you can hear that in fact the women voters are a crucial vote bank this time, and we are seeing an overwhelming majority of women voters coming out to cast their vote.
Absolutely. Mosmi, thank you so much for bringing us those voices from Sambhal. It's very heartening to see the women step out to cast their ballot. That was the voice we heard from Moradabad as well, earlier as well. Women, of course, saying that this is our democratic right. Step out and cast your vote. You can do your household chores. You can do every other work much later. Step out and cast your vote. This is your chance to elect your government for the next 5 years. Milan, coming across to you right now. You're, of course, standing by in Rampur, which is the contest there. If you look at Rampur Assembly constituency and Swar Assembly constituency, it's very filmy. It's political rivalry between families, Milan.
Definitely, Polami. Rampur has always been this churi ki dhar, because Rampuriya churi is the knife of, the native knife here. It's an art form also. And we see this by contest all the time. Azam family, Nawab family. But I have, a family here with me who stepped out to vote in the morning. In fact, the kids were more excited. They're young, they don't have a vote. But this little one also decided to come along just to see what is going to happen. So I'm going to talk to you, sir. आप बताइए कि वोट करने के लिए आप लोग सवेरे आ गए हैं, तो किस तरीके का इस वक्त आप कॉन्टेस्ट देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे? नवाब वर्सेस आजम है?
नहीं, नवाब वर्सेस आजम तो नहीं है। नवाब खानदान का तो बहुत टाइम पहले ही ऑलमोस्ट ये कह सकते हैं कि वर्चस्व खत्म हो चुका है। जरूर ये चीज कह सकते हैं, लेकिन हाँ, कॉन्टेस्ट की अगर बात करेंगे तो कॉन्टेस्ट जो है वो आज की स्थिति में केवल कमल के फूल और साइकिल का है। आजम खां और हमारे हनी भैया, उसके अलावा किसी और का मुझे नहीं लगता कि जो है वो मैदान में कोई और भी खड़ा है, किसी भी तरीके से कोई भी खड़ा है।
आप क्या कहेंगी माता जी? आप वोट करने के लिए आए हैं, आपके लिए क्या मुद्दा है यहाँ पर? रामपुर
आकाश का आकाश
सुरक्षा वोट है आपको वोट के लिए?
बिल्कुल। देश की रामपुर की तरक्की, ये सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है, और सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है रामपुर की तरक्की। जब शहरों की, नगरों की तरक्की होगी तो देश की तरक्की होगी।
Definitely, Polami, and that's what the citizens are also saying here, that they are voting for development. But as we were speaking, Nawab has also come in for voting at this particular polling station. Remember that Nawab Naved and Hamza Ali, his son, both are contesting against the father and son Azam and Abdullah in Rampur city as well as Swar constituency. So it's father versus father in Rampur and son versus son in Swar. And certainly, Polami, this time around we have not seen, the polarizing, the charged up statements that used to come from Azam Khan every election, because he's in jail for more than 100 cases, and that seems to either have dampened the mood in the voters of Rampur, or the voters will perhaps vote in large numbers to provide sympathy to that entire family. But the Nawab family also here, another contestant, Akash Saxena of the BJP, courtesy whom Azam Khan is in jail, had filed a lot of cases on him related to land grabbing charges, etc. So overall, this time around, it's a clear fight between the two families, and we'll have to see how the voting percentage comes out, because 61% polling Muslim votes happen to be in Rampur. So that kind of percentage of Muslim votes is a large amount, and we'll have to look at other caste combinations as well, and whether
absolutely, and they are in fact going to be a dominant factor in terms of determining who in fact wins across these region as well. This entire region, 55 seats that go to polls today, Rampur and Swar. Of course, the contest is extremely filmy because it is between families, father and father, son versus son in the other constituency. Milan, thank you so much for joining us. Shreya Chatterjee is now joining us from Saharanpur. Shreya, good morning to you. The Prime Minister, of course, campaigned in Saharanpur. He made a vote appeal over there, and specifically to Muslim women, saying we, of course, were instrumental in abolishing triple talaq, and now they're trying to, in fact, stifle your voice, keep you regressive, keep you in the past. Of course, it was a veiled sort of a comment possibly on the hijab row that we're witnessing across the country, and it is for you to step out and cast your ballot in favor of progress. So clearly making a specific vote appeal to Muslim women. Shreya.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, Polami, and this seat, particularly the entire district of Saharanpur, it has a sizable Muslim voters. 40% is at what they stand, and that's the reason we saw those important defections that also happened in the month of January. We saw Imran Masood from Congress go into the Samajwadi Party. He obviously didn't get a ticket, and Dharam Singh Saini, who'd also come from BJP, got a ticket from Nakur constituency. Okay. So there will be an Imran factor that will work in where we are standing. This is the Saharanpur Nagar. We'll try and get a few voters and what they have to say. Sir, किसके लिए वोट कर रहे हो ये नहीं बोलेंगे, मुद्दे क्या है सहारनपुर के?
Shreya, unfortunately, we'll have to cut you short over there because we're taking a very short break right now. We will, of course, come back to you and we will get those voices from Saharanpur as well and hear what they have to say about the vote matters in Saharanpur, the issues at play. Thank you so much to all of our reporters. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Stay tuned. News and updates will continue on the other side of this very short break.